America, we got to get back to doing what's expected of us as free citizens in this democracy. That means being tolerant, being respectful, staying informed, and being engaged. I'm former Congressman Joe Walsh. Follow me here and join the millions of Americans who are renewing their social contract with each other. The social contract, it's on us. If other candidates said the shit that Donald Trump said, those candidates would be toast. They wouldn't last and they couldn't win if they said the things that Donald Trump said. We hold Trump to a lower standard. We treat Donald Trump like a child. Not just Trump's supporters, most voters, and certainly the media. We all hold Donald Trump to a much lower standard. I mean, think about it. Every time Trump opens his mouth, he tells a lie. For most politicians, that's untenable. All politicians lie, all politicians fudge and hedge, but we've never, ever, 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 ever had a politician who lied every time he opens his mouth until Donald Trump. Any other politician who lied all the time would be done. Donald Trump says so much cruel and mean stuff, ugly stuff, racist stuff, bigoted stuff. He gets away with it. Any other candidate would be toast if they said the kind of cruel, ugly, intolerant, bigoted, racist stuff that Trump said. The truth is, we hold Trump to a lower standard. We treat him like a child. If I had $1 for every time a Trump supporter said to me over the last 6 or 7 years, "Hey, Joe, Trump didn't mean what he said. Hey, Trump, or hey, Joe, don't take Trump literally. Joe, Trump didn't really mean that. Here's what he really meant." We don't do that for any other candidate. Just yesterday, Donald Trump yesterday said that if he wins, he will throw his political opponents in jail. And Trump also said yesterday that if he loses, it's because the 2024 election will be rigged. Trump over the weekend said those two things. Can you imagine any other candidate for president saying as a candidate, if I win, I'm going to put my political opponents in jail? Can you imagine any other candidate saying that? And if any other candidate said that, they'd be done. Keith, show me the headline. I think this is the Washington Post. Here it is. And by the way, keep that up, Keith, for a moment. Kudos to the Washington Post for honestly and accurately putting out there what Trump said. Donald Trump pledged over the weekend to jail his political opponents. And he also said again, the election will be stolen from him if he loses. He threatened, he pledged, he threatened, he promised, he said that he'd put his political opponents in jail if he wins. Thanks, Keith. And just as a sidelight, the media has done a shitty job of they've normalized Trump over the years, and they've tried to provide context to what Trump says, because the stuff Trump says is so outlandish and so ugly and so threatening and so dishonest that it gets to the point where the media doesn't really accurately report on what exactly Trump said. So kudos to the Washington Post for printing an accurate headline. Donald Trump Michael, who appointed me morals judge and jury? Michael, if Barack Obama, or forget about Barack Obama, if Kamala Harris over the weekend said that if she wins, she will put her political opponents in jail, Michael, how would you feel? How would you feel? Bill, how would you feel? Daryl, how would you feel if Kamala Harris came out yesterday and said, I am going to jail my political opponents if I win? How would you Trump supporters feel about that? What would Sean Hannity say about that? What would Fox News, all the people, the talkers on Fox News, how would they react to that? If Kamala Harris said, I will throw my political opponents in jail. But no, a Trump supporter, Trump says that. And instead of addressing what Trump said, the typical Trump supporter will say, Joe, you're a piece of shit. Kudos to the Washington Post for honestly and accurately describing what Trump said. And to every Trump supporter this Monday, and I hope you all had a great weekend. I hope everybody listening to me had a great weekend, no matter where you are politically. But to every Trump supporter listening to me, Donald Trump, your dear leader over the weekend, said that he'd throw his political opponents in jail if he won. How do you defend that? Can you defend that? Or is it just easier to attack me, to attack the Washington Post? Trump said it. Can you defend it? Trump supporters, you tell me all the time, and I hear from you every damn day, that you believe in freedom. You believe in limited government. You don't want a dictator, right? Trump supporters, you don't want an authoritarian in the White House, right? Trump supporters. Remember, Trump supporters, how angry you got? I know I used to get angry at Barack Obama. When Barack Obama, remember, he had his pen and his phone, and he would sign those executive orders that made you so angry. Remember that, Trump supporters, so many years ago? I'd get angry at all the executive orders Barack Obama would enact, and I'd say, he's acting like a dictator. What do you call someone, Trump supporters? What do you call someone who says, if I'm elected, I'm going to put my political opponents in jail? What do you call that? That sounds pretty dictatorial to me. That sounds really authoritarian to me. How do you defend it? Trump supporters, how do you defend it? Or is it easier? Little Gordon says, I'll defend Trump before the Washington Post. Hey, little Gordon, you don't need to listen to the Washington Post. Go on to Truth Social and read what Trump said, little Gordon. Little Gordon, go on to Truth Social. Trump said it right there. I'm going to put in jail all of my political opponents. Donald Trump said it himself. He said it. See, the point is, the problem is, hey, CC, again, CC, don't listen to me. Don't listen to the Washington Post. Donald Trump yesterday, in his own words, pledged to put his political opponents in jail. Trump said it. And you know, Donald Trump never lies. Donald Trump never, ever lies. See, the truth is, the problem is this. Yes, those are the words of an authoritarian. Those are the words of a dictator. If I win, I'm going to put my political opponents in jail. That's the kind of shit that a dictator would say. By the way, a dictator would also say, if I don't win, it's because it was stolen from me. Again, this is the stuff of an authoritarian. So all I can understand and all I can believe is that Trump supporters, you don't care that Donald Trump would act like an authoritarian. You don't care. I think the problem is we hold Donald Trump to a lower standard. We treat him like a child. And Trump supporters, you treat Donald Trump like a child. You don't treat him like an adult. He lies to you all the time. You don't care. He threatens something like this, what he threatened yesterday, throw his opponents in jail. Any other candidate that said that, Trump supporters, oh, Stephen, that's the best you got. You're a stupid jackass. See, here's what I think, Trump supporters. Like I just told you what your dear leader said over the weekend in his own words, and you get mad at me. I want you to think long and hard, Trump supporter, about what that says about you. Trump says over the weekend, I'm going to throw my political opponents in jail. You come onto my show the morning after the weekend and I tell you what Trump said. And who do you get mad at? Who do you love? Who do you get mad at? You get mad at me for telling you what Trump said. What does that say about you? I think what it says is this. Look, I think the media has normalized them. The media is its own issue. Every day, Donald Trump says, every day, 1,000 ugly, cruel, ignorant, racist, bigoted, dishonest things. It's kind of Trump's strategy. Every day he says 1,000 of these things. He's been doing it every day for years. So the media has gotten to the point where they've just normalized him. It's no big deal. Donald Trump can say, I'll throw my political opponents in jail, and our eyes glaze over because Trump says shit like that all the time. That's the media. But here's what I think about you all Trump supporters. Because he's your leader, he's your dear leader, and because so many of you exhibit cultish behavior, like for so many of you, Trump is your cult leader, he can do no wrong. You hold your dear leader to a lower standard than you would other candidates, other Republican and Democratic candidates. You would catch any other candidate, any other politician in a lie, but you don't hold dear Donald Trump accountable for his lies. Obama, Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, you can go after any of them if they sound authoritarian. But when Donald Trump sounds like an authoritarian, you turn the other way because he's your dear leader. Again, my mantra is, and there, leave it to Alan to say, good, Donald Trump should throw his political opponents in jail. All of them, I would. Boy, Alan, you know, that's American of you. Let's have an election. Let's have a campaign. Your guy wins. Everybody who opposed your guy, let's throw in jail. Alan says he agrees with Trump. I don't know. That sounds like the stuff of a banana republic. I don't know. I'm going to believe that even most Trump supporters don't want to live in a country where we throw the winning side throws their opponents in jail. I want to believe that most Trump supporters don't feel that way, because if most Trump supporters felt that way, like Alan, like it's okay for Trump, Alan's on board. Booyah, baby. Booyah. Trump wins. I want Trump to throw Joe Walsh in jail. Oh, geez. Cut it out. Okay. Boom. Keep me live, TikTok. If you believe that, if you agree with that, then Trump supporters, if Kamala Harris wins, she can throw you in jail. You're down with that, right? I want to make sure, everybody, I understand the rules of the road. I'm hearing from a lot of Trump supporters right now that they're perfectly fine with Donald Trump. As he said over the weekend, he's going to throw his political opponents in jail. Most of you are telling me you got no problem with that. Most Trump supporters listening to me. So, okay, down, cool. I got it. Sounds great. So if Kamala Harris wins, she can do the same. I just want to make sure I got it. Kamala Harris wins, she can throw you in jail. That's how we're gonna do things in America from now on. No, I don't believe that's what you want. I think you're just pissed off and you're scared. I think most every Donald Trump supporter listening to me right now, most everyone, Alan and some other exceptions, but most every Trump supporter listening to me right now, deep down, knows what Trump pledged to do is wrong. I know you know that. I know deep down you know that in America, we don't and we shouldn't throw our political opponents in jail. I know you know that, Trump supporter. But I also know you're too damn afraid to say that. So shame on you, Trump supporter. Shame on you for not having the guts and the courage to say the right thing. I go after Trump all the time. I don't go after Trump supporters all the time. This is one time where I'm going after Trump supporters. Shame on you, Trump supporters. Shame on you. You don't have the decency, the guts, the balls, the courage. You don't have the patriotism, Trump supporters, to say what you know to be right. Keith, put that headline up again one more time. You don't have the decency, the guts, and the patriotism, Trump supporters, to say that Trump pledging to jail his political opponents if he wins is wrong. Thanks, Keith. Shame on you. Do some soul searching, Trump supporters. Hey, Nikki Haley, shame on you for not admitting the truth, says Mark. You tell me, Mark, Trump never lies. Go read what Trump said this weekend. Donald Trump never lies. Nikki Haley. Nikki Haley yesterday on CBS News. I get asked all the time. This is what I believe. There are true believers like Marjorie Taylor Greene who truly believe Trump is a god and they believe in all the Trumpist MAGA bullcrap. And then there are most Republicans who are cowards and know that Trump is a bad guy and know that Trump is unfit, but they're too afraid to say that. Like Marjorie Taylor Greene, true believer. Nikki Haley, kind of a coward, because Nikki Haley knows Trump is unfit. She knows it. She said it, but she's afraid to say that, which is why she's endorsed Donald Trump. I've always said that when it comes to what's wrong with the Republican Party today, the Nikki Haleys of the party, the cowards who know better but are afraid to say it, are much more to blame than the Marjorie Taylor Greenes, the crazies. This was, and for context, Nikki Haley, while she campaigned against Trump, made clear over and over and over that she believes Trump is unfit to be president. She said it repeatedly. This was Nikki Haley yesterday when asked if she'll campaign for Trump. Go ahead, Keith.
endorse Donald Trump. You spoke at the convention, but are you going to campaign for him?
You know, he knows I'm on standby. I talked to him back in June. He's aware that I'm ready if he ever needs me to do that. You know, I think this election is important.
Donald Trump knows I'm on standby. I'm ready to campaign my fanny off for him, she said. Whenever he's ready, whenever he asks me, I'm ready. There's Nikki Haley yesterday acknowledging that she can't wait to get out there to campaign for someone she knows is unfit to be president. Think about that for a minute. Just think about that for a minute. I'm not talking about anything hypothetical. Nikki Haley said she believes Trump is unfit to be president. She said Trump is unfit to be commander in chief. She knows it. Nikki Haley in her bones knows it. She knows Trump should never be given the keys to the White House again. Nikki Haley said that repeatedly this past year, yet here is Nikki Haley yesterday having endorsed Trump, saying that she cannot wait to get out there and campaign for him. I was a politician. I ran for office. I served. What kind of a politician would say something like they know is untrue? What kind of a politician would say, I'm going to run through a wall if they ask me to help get this guy elected who I know is a danger to this country? What kind of a Republican would say that? Nikki Haley. Look, the Republican Party has become an authoritarian embracing cult. My former political party. You can blame the Marjorie Taylor Greens for that, the Jim Jordans for that, the Mike Lees for that. You can go down the line. There are a bunch of true believer crazies in the House and the Senate who are just like Trump. You can blame them for what's become of the Republican Party. But no, I place more the blame on the Republicans who know better, but are afraid to say it. People like Nikki Haley. To me, she's more to blame than Marjorie Taylor Greene. She knows Trump is unfit, but yet she endorsed him. Marjorie Taylor Greene endorsed Trump because Marjorie Taylor Greene believes in Trump. Marjorie Taylor Greene believes Donald Trump's the greatest thing in the world. She believes it. Nikki Haley doesn't. Nikki Haley believes Donald Trump's a danger to this country. She believes that. Yet Nikki Haley endorsed him. And yet Nikki Haley yesterday said, I can't wait to get out there and campaign for him. That's more despicable to me than, a Marjorie Taylor or a Lauren Boebert, these crazy Republicans who are true believers in the craziness and the ugliness and the bigotry and the nationalism and all of that. These are the folks who say we should support Putin and not Ukraine. And if Trump wins, he'll support Putin and not Ukraine. Nikki Haley knows we should support Ukraine. Nikki Haley knows that Trump will support Putin, but yet Nikki Haley endorsed Trump and wants to campaign for him. She's more of a danger. I'd argue to the country, she's certainly more to blame to what happened to the Republican Party than Marjorie Taylor Greene is. Final thought, final point. What kind of a Democrat would say that? How do you feel about Biden, Harris, and Walz? Donna asks me. Well, Donna, I'm not a Democrat. You know that. How do you feel about Biden, Harris, and Walz? I'm supporting Harris and Walz, and I would have supported Biden, because I tell you what I believe. Donna, disagree with me, sure. But I tell you, unlike Nikki Haley, I'll tell you what I believe. I can't vote for somebody who will threaten to jail his political opponents. I can't, if he wins, I can't vote for someone like that. I don't want a king. I don't want a king in the White House. So I can't vote for someone who says, I'm going to throw Joe Walsh and Adam Kinzinger and Liz Cheney in jail if I win. I can't vote for someone like that. And I certainly can't vote for someone who is saying right now that he won't accept the results of an election if he loses. I can't support someone like that. I'm not a Democrat. I disagree with Harrison Walls on most policy. I hope you agree with me that, or I hope you believe me when I say that, to me, this election's not about policy. Hey, if you are in the Washington, D.C. area this week, I'm going to be giving a talk with my friend Fred Gutenberg. Our Two Dads Defending Democracy tour is out again. We're going to be at the Johns Hopkins University Bloomberg Center for Public Policy this Thursday evening, September 12th. I'm a big gun rights guy. Fred Gutenberg is a big gun safety guy. We disagree on almost every gun reform policy. We used to hate on each other. We stopped hating on each other, even though we still disagree, once we got to know each other. And so Fred and I are out there traveling the country. It's called the Two Dads Defending Democracy Tour, trying to model for people how you can disagree with people respectfully, how you can disagree with people without wanting to take their heads off, without wanting to destroy them. We're going to be giving a talk about our story in Washington, D.C., this evening of September 12th, this Thursday evening, at Johns Hopkins University Bloomberg Center. I'm going to give the email address, Keith, if you want to put it up. It's hub.jhu.edu. Go to that website. It's a free event. You can come watch and you can ask us questions. It'll be in DC. If you're anywhere in the DC area, again, that website is hub.jhu.edu. Go there. You'll have all the details. It's a free event. You can ask us questions. Come hear our story. We got to get America to a place, no matter who wins in November, we got to get America to a place where, thank you, Keith, where we don't want to destroy each other. There's the website right there, guys. Check it out. Free event, all the details. Just go there and register. It will be me and Fred Gutenberg. Big gun rights guy, big gun safety guy. We disagree on gun reform, most of it, but we've learned to do it respectfully. We all got to get there. This is debate. So again, hub.jhu.edu in the DC area this week. Come on out. Everybody's welcome. Free event. Come join us. It's debate week. Tomorrow night's the big debate. I'll have some thoughts on that tomorrow. God bless you all. Let's make it a great week. Thank you for listening. Be brave.
Remember to listen, share, and follow The Social Contract with Joe Walsh on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere great podcasts are found. And be sure to leave a 5-star review. This has been The Social Contract with Joe Walsh.